host for this evening's service, all the way from Hagerstown, Maryland, it's Ashley Pontius!
Go, Ashley, go! Go!
Wait! Hanover! Heard there's a birthday party in the house tonight. Jesus. Who's the birthday girl? 21? I can't see shit. I'm gonna be like, you're so young and beautiful.
Thank you!
You don't look a day over 50. You look great. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight and spending your birthday with us. This is phenomenal. Thank you. I drove an hour and a half to be here with you guys tonight. Woo! So you ready to get a little weird, a little wild? Yeah. All right, guys, let's get into it. Who had a super weird pandemic? Just me. I get the feeling not. Look at this group. Besides the obvious, I have to tell you, the weirdest thing that happened to me in quarantine was just how many married men were in my DMs. And my girlfriends are like, oh, doesn't that make you feel like desirable or attractive that these men want you? And I go, absolutely not. Because the issue is, you realize you're just the TGI Fridays of quarantine. Because these men are like, look, she's the only thing open, and I'm tired of eating what's at home. I'm like, can I use my smelly straight points for this? It's hurtful. Do we have any single guys in the room tonight?
All of them. Yeah!
They're like, to you, I mean, it doesn't matter. After what you just told us, have at it. One of the reasons I ask is I used a lot of dating apps before the pandemic, but for some of us, you had no other choice to meet people. You're trapped at home, you just kind of want to browse, see what's out there. And I had a couple of the apps, but I had Bumble at one point. You guys know what Bumble is?
Yeah.
This was like, I was literally on it at dinner. No, thank you, I appreciate it. So the difference with Bumble, for those of you that don't know, Bumble is where the girl picks the guy, which is actually kind of nice. It's very progressive. And I like it because you think you can like sort through them better. So I matched with this guy, and ladies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Total 10. She's like good looking, has a good job, like well educated. Yeah, total 10. But the minute we match, he writes in all caps, I'm really glad you have hair in your eyebrows. I was like, I did not know that was a requirement. But he explains, and again, still in all caps, he's like, I am tired of women with drawn on eyebrows. I like a girl with real hair in her eyebrows. And I go, sir, if you like hair in your eyebrows. You're gonna love the rest of me. How do I describe it? If I was a 70s porno mag, I'd be called Flesh and Fur. I look like an overbred St. Bernard. You've seen me on those ASPCA commercials. They're like, give this a good home. It bites, but we're working on it. And being a comedian too, people are always like, oh, you're exaggerating, like you're making it up. I'm like, oh, au contraire. Ladies, raise your hand if you think a happy trail on a man is super hot. Anybody? Nobody? No, I love a happy trail. That is the gingerbread. Like, that's the breadcrumbs that lead to the gingerbread house, okay? Take you somewhere fun. I love a happy trail on a man. It's so sexy. I, unfortunately, have the whole goddamn Oregon Trail. not be worried about COVID. You've got bigger problems. It is so bad, I've just decided the rest of 2022, I'm gonna start braiding my pubes into cornrows. That way guys know when they're walking into a rough neighborhood. I'm like, woo, 10! If that was the only thing about me, like, I'm super hairy. Like, I'd be like, you know what, I'm a woman, I'm empowered. There's something else. I got super fat during quarantine. And if you've ever gained a lot of weight and lost it, like, if you've ever been through it, you understand how your weight will sneak up on you. And you kind of like realize when it's too late that you've let yourself go. So I was getting out of the shower one day, and I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I was like, oh my God. My boobs look like 2 deflated balloons tied to a mailbox the week after a birthday parade. I'm like, that party really died. Somebody needs to go cut those down. Actually, it's more like a COVID birthday party. You're just gonna drive by and wave. You're like, all right, we've seen him. Let's go to Carl's Jr. Like, I've seen better. But can I ask, so you guys seem like very cool, very open. Yeah. Can I tell you a very racy, wild story about myself? Daddy said send it! Okay. All right, you guys are cool as shit. All right, let's get real for a second. Do you guys remember the first 3 months of 2020? Like, nothing bad had happened yet. We had January, February, March. All us white girls were going to Hobby Lobby. Yes, we were getting those planners, and we're like, live, laugh, love. And we were shopping the Joanna Gaines collection. We're like, look, my husband may be a fixer-upper, but I'm gonna turn him into $1 million listing. And only person that watches HGTV, really, okay, I'll remember that. So, never mind. Anyway, so we were living our best lives. Am I wrong, ladies? Like, nothing could defeat. Yeah, we were so happy. So I had the best experience of my life pre-COVID, okay? I got my ass eaten for the first time, y'all! Big fan. Love it. How to describe it? My best friend Bailey was like, what was that like? I said, the only way to describe it, it's kind of like the ice cream cone licked you. She goes, I don't know what that means. I was like, well, I don't either. All I know is that Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors, and I'm all of them. Even better, flip me over, come inside me, and nothing drips out. We call it a blizzard. Fellas, just so you know, you can find me on OnlyFans as Dairy Queen. Best part of that joke, I first told that story to a room of 500 people at a comedy club in Baltimore, not knowing my father, trying to support his youngest daughter, drove a few hours to sit front row. And it's so dark, like sometimes, up on stage we can't see very well. So I don't even see my dad in the front row until I finished that joke, and we lock eyes. And just in Doug's eyes, all I see is, I just want to die. I'm so sorry, Daddy. I thought I was going to be better. Speaking of Daddy, you've been very receptive to my comedy. Can I ask you a very personal question? Okay. Oh, you're so nice. Do you like to be called Daddy in the bedroom? No, you know what? Whether you did or you didn't, it wouldn't matter, because I get a very 50-50 response when I ask that question. It's either guys that have a lot of kids that are like, absolutely not, or freaks in the bedroom, and they're like, yeah, go for it. But either way, I'm cool with it. I don't like to do it normally, but I don't kink shame. Like, if you wanted to be called daddy, I would call you daddy. But you gotta call me Nana. Be like, oh, Nana's making cookies in the oven. Reach into my lady purse and get a Withers original. Whenever we're done, you can clean it with the old napkin I've been saving at the bottom. You hard yet? I have that effect on men. I just have to tell you, you know what? Just so you know, you are my type because I like my men the way I like my coffee. Which is super pale, very sweet, not that strong! Like a wake! I just want to throw you over my shoulder, take you up the Empire State Building, and King Kong the shit out of you. I want to break you in mind, body, and spirit. Meet you after the show. You know what? We should go to Florida. You know why? One of my friends just texted me today. She's in Miami, and she goes, holy fucking shit, guess who I just saw at Miami Beach? I was like, who? She's like, O.J. Simpson. Because I forget he lives down there. And she's like, oh my God, yeah, I just saw O.J. Simpson on the beach. And all I could think of the rest of the day is I wonder if he has a bumper sticker on his car that says assault life. Is that a new merch? Bumper sticker is O.J. Simpson with a glove. And it was like, ugh, assault life. We go to the Carolinas. We're going on a road trip. Hashtag Gabby Petito. No, it's so sad. But you know what? Let's dig a little deeper. Real quick though, before I let you guys go, because as we get farther away from this topic, it's maybe not as relevant, but I still love asking people. Did you guys all indulge in the Tiger King watching? Yeah, I feel gross about it, but I couldn't help it. I was bored. So I did watch Tiger King, and there's one thing that really stuck out to me that I can't stop laughing about is during the documentary, I don't know if you remember this part, during one of his interviews, he says, the only difference between my pet and your pet is that my pet weighs 450 pounds and has razor sharp teeth. And I was like, that's true, but he's also forgetting about his other pet, the one that weighs 150 pounds and answers to Travis. That one really got me good. I really enjoyed that. And the other thing, again, that made me laugh about him, because he's such a train wreck, he reminds me of Casey Anthony. Okay, hear me out. Okay, both total social media, television circuses, right? It was just nonstop coverage all the time. Same. Both have hideous tattoos. Don't believe me, look it up. They have matching shit shows, okay? So they both have terrible tattoos, and they both kill their cubs. Joke. That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your feature comedian tonight? Hell yeah! Thank you. I was starting to feel like I lost you there. All right, we've never worked together, but I've heard amazing things about this dude's comedy, and it came to us all the way from New York.